Good afternoon, fellow leaders of tomorrow. I remember the day after I graduated junior school, I went down to the local library and purchased the book titled How to Survive Middle School. Now, as I flipped through the many illustrated pictures, it had told me things like, get ready, find your friends, go to your locker, make sure you're very organized. And I was so confident that I had this whole middle school thing down that I practically skipped to the classroom on the first day of 6th grade. Now, one look at the giant teachers and the 7th graders that could topple me with their size, I realized two things. One, middle school was going to be one heck of a ride, and two, that book was a complete waste of money. While the book had told me things like extra pencils always help, it didn't prepare me for middle school at all, because I didn't find out from that book that you can't ask for feedback on Fridays from teachers because they hate that and they just want to get on with their weekends. I didn't learn from the book that never to leave homework for the nighttime because you would just end up procrastinating the whole night watching TikTok videos and then wake up at 6 a.m. the next day to try to rush in assignments. I remember sleepless nights. I remember lying on my bed, staring at the ceiling, just wondering, why am I not good enough? I remember waking up before sunrise when my alarm clock was set at 8 because I thought that I had to rush in assignments again. I was so used to that. I am not afraid to admit that I struggled for my middle school years. Not because my grades are bad, but because I felt somewhat lost, somewhat scared, somewhat lonely during those years. The book had lied to me. It had told me that middle school could be summarized with a 10-step, simple how-to book that you could find at your local store when middle school was so much more. I remember this time. I procrastinated the whole day, and at nighttime, I finally finished my assignment, but then it was well past midnight, and as I creeped down the stairs to get a drink of water, I realized that my mother's bedroom lights were still on. As I went in, I saw that she had fallen fast asleep on her sofa because she was too worried for me to go asleep. From that day on, I realized something. I had felt ashamed that day, ashamed that I let someone else worry for me that much that it affected their own health. I promised to myself that I would put my phone down, focus on my homework, and stop all these bad habits. Something that I thought was just nothing had turned big because it now affected people that I loved. And I couldn't let that happen. And so, I still remember the days when I struggled to go to sleep, the days when I struggled to look at my phone and homework and decide to put my phone down and focus on my homework instead. But I do remember getting through those days, and I do remember the amazing feeling that I got when I finally achieved my goal, and that was to become a better person. For my friends, for my families, for my peers, for my teachers, for my family, for everyone that cared about me, but most importantly, for myself. I am proud to stand here today, a graduate and survivor of middle school. Dear Emmy, middle school was a wreck, wasn't it? And you'll soon be going to high school. I want you to know that there will never be a 10-step instructions manual that will lead you straight to success, but to also make failure your best friend. Because with failure, you learn, and with learning, you thrive, and with thriving, you turn into the person that you want to be. So, Emmy, do not fail failure. Do not fear it, but embrace it. And in life, you can never plan ahead. You can never see what the future will hold. But remember that with the people that believe in you and with the people that will always be by your side, you will never truly fail, and you will always be content. Wishing you the best, Emmy.